Alright, hello, Speedrunning Expo. My name is Technomagus, and I'm joined here with Sacred Hooves and Lenofis, and we will be presenting for you Sentinels of the Multiverse, the video game. Also, I wish to apologize because, gotcha, Sentinels isn't actually a speed game, and I'm not a speedrunner. Woohoo!
Well, neither am I, but who's counting?
Well, you're speedrunning Metroid later, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's going to be pretty horrid, I'll say that much.
And I am also partaking in a Super Metroid item randomizer race just in a few hours with Ponk and Scotty McBody. Hello, guys!
Alright, so, now with that out of the way, so Sentinels of the Multiverse, the video game, is based off of Sentinels of the Multiverse, the card game, which is available in pen and paper, created by Greater Than Games. The wonderful people over at Handelabra Games ported this to a, basically converted the game to a video game for Steam, iOS, and Android. Sentinels of the Multiverse is the greatest team-based, fully cooperative, fixed-deck card game based on superheroes you will ever play. It's probably the only team-based you'll ever play, but nobody cares about that. So, with that being said, Sentinels of the Multiverse is turn-based. So we have a team of villains chosen by our wonderful donators, in this case, Baron Blade, Sergeant Steel, the Citizen's Hammer and Anvil, and Plague Rat. We have a team of heroes. I'm playing Legacy, one of his variants known as America's Greatest Legacy. Sacred Hooves is playing the Scholar. Lenofis is playing Pars's variant called Fuse Stake. And Sacred is also playing our guest hero, Guys, as chosen by donations. We are at Rook City, which is one of the worst environments for the heroes to be at. But we'll get into that on the environment turn. So, flow of the game is that the game starts with the villains going first, because the heroes react to the villains. They don't proactively punch them in the face as much as we want them to. Since we're doing team villain, instead of... it starts with the villain number 1, and then it's hero number 1, as you can see by the little bar underneath my character. And then villain 2, hero 2, villain 3, hero 3, villain 4, hero 4, and then finally the environment. The game, the villains are always on autopilot, so they will play their card. They all have start of game effects where they put stuff into play, and then they will play one card from the top of their deck, sometimes more depending on what happens, and then certain actions will be taken based on what they have in play. So, and meanwhile, Plague Rat is summoning the Ghostbusters as his handlers. We have Winston and Egon. Oh, and then Baron Blade, so he plays the top card of each of the other villain decks, and then all the villains regain health. Which is funny, because none of them have taken any damage yet. There's no overhealing in this game. Your starting health is your maximum health.
Ratbusters, yes. Hello to everyone in the chat.
Oh, here come two more handlers.
We would never get through some of these games, just saying.
Alright, so we have another Egon, and now we have a Ray. Or is that Venkman? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've actually watched the, since I've watched the original movies. They were really good. Alright, so now that...
I was going to say, it looks like our heroes got decent starting hands.
I haven't actually looked at that yet. Okay, so at the end, so like I said, the villains are all autopilot. They have end of turn effects. So in this case, Baron Blade, his end of turn, he goes after the lowest hero for 2 damage, and he hits himself for 2 damage. But because of his starting ongoing genetically fused physique, he takes 1 less damage every time he's hit, and also at the end of his turn, he heals himself for 2. Now, one other thing you might notice, you see this little icon down here. This is the Nemesis icon. So Legacy and Baron Blade have matching icons. This means that they are nemesis to each other, which will cause them to deal increased damage when they hit each other. I don't have any damage dealing right now, so we're just going to draw some cards once it actually gets into play. So, flow of the hero turns is you have start of turn, you have play a card, you're allowed to play 1 card from your hand. Use a power, you're allowed to use 1 power from among the cards you have in play. So in this case, I'm going to use Legacy's base power to give a hero 1 life, and then let that hero use a power now. We'll let our guest hero use that.
Okay.
To answer the question in chat, this game is not free to play. There was I don't know if there's a sale going on right now, but I believe the base game is $10. It's available on the iOS platform and Steam. And the expansions, there are 2 main season passes. I believe they're $25 a piece.
Yes.
And when I purchased the game at the request of Techno Magus last year, it was $1 on sale for $1. All
right.
Well worth it.
So now we have a mission objective from Sergeant Steele. So we have to put this in the play area of a hero who doesn't already have one. And it increases damage dealt to that hero by agents by 1. So normally the agents deal like 1 and 2 damage. Now they're going to deal 2 and 3. This game is all about damage control. And we need to get rid of that impulsion beam. So, because the impulsion beam is going to keep us from being able to do a whole lot of stuff. Because impulsion beam keeps us from playing more than 1 card a turn.
Luckily, 2 heroes have a way to get around that, and we are playing one of them.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yes.
We got to get rid of that impulsion beam first, though.
Yes.
Oh, don't worry. Is it an ongoing?
No, it is a device. It is an 8 health device.
Oh, okay.
We have to beat it up a little bit.
Yes. Alright, so here we just have Hammer and Anvil are just doing damage, which is fine. We don't care about them too much. They're going to be annoying. They're going to be very annoying, but we can deal with it.
Yes, this game is still actively being worked on right now. There's one major expansion that they are still working on. There's 2 minor expansions that they are still working on. The card game itself is still being developed, if I'm not mistaken.
There is one final expansion for the card game called Oblivion, which is basically going to be the end of the timeline, so to speak. And basically Oblivion is this big cosmic being, kind of like Galactus, that is the cause of, or it's why the multiverse exists. The reason why it's called Sentinels of the Multiverse is because the creators are big proponents of the multiverse theory, where every time there's a decision, the world splits into 2 different universes. One where one decision is made and one where another decision is made. So in canon, every single hero combination versus every single villain combination at every single environment, win or lose, has technically happened and is canon. But there's only one main timeline that Oblivion collapses everything into. Well, 2. Basically, after the Oblivion event, there's going to be the RPG timeline, which is like the happy event, and then the tactics timeline, which is the not so happy event. It's the best way to put it. So right now we're just setting up. We're trying to keep ourselves alive, and well, not so much keep ourselves alive, but try and mitigate some of this spam that they've thrown out. And here we have all of. All right, so we have 2 restrainers out, which means that Plague Rat is not doing anything to villain targets, because the restrainers keep reduce Plague Rat's damage to villains by 1. And then also the tanker, I believe. Well, actually, and then he also, because of the 2 restrainers, he can't punch his handlers out. So we need to get rid of one of them before we can actually start letting Plague Rat fight off our opponents for us. Because one thing about Plague Rat is that he's a crazy rat mutant beast thing, so all he does is slash wildly, but as long as his handlers are out, they're keeping him from doing that.
Oh, Guys is pointing at Super Alter Kawaii. I think it's too early for that.
Yeah. Well, if you scroll over a little bit, he'll be pointing at where did I leave that. So Guys is basically, the best equivalent to Guys is either Deadpool or Ambush Bug. He's all about breaking the 4th wall. A good example of that, actually, let me pull up his deck. Here we go. As you can see, each card has a type bar. In this picture, he's taken the type bar and thwacked Wager Master, his
Yes.
his nemesis with it.
You absolutely did find what you were looking for.
Oh well.
It's okay.
Make sure to draw a card, though.
I
All
have
right,
to.
guys can't play any cards, so he has to draw a card. Free card, woohoo! Yeah, again, he is all about the fourth wall. And now we're at Rook City, which is one of the most violent. Oh, actually, that wasn't too bad. This is one of the few things that is not bad for us. So, I say we get rid of Infiltrationist because she blows up our stuff. The other two are kind of annoying, but we don't have to worry about Egon until we start hitting Plague Rat, which he makes Plague Rat play extra cards. Alright, so now we'll have guys take the hit here because otherwise Nemesis bonus, as you can see, because Legacy and Blade are Nemesis, bonus damage.
I would also like to point out for those not familiar with the game that I know a lot of people like music. The music for this game is scored excellently by Jean Demarc, I believe the name is.
His name is Jean-Marc, but his online name is Jean Demarc.
Jean Demarc. Okay, Jean Marc. Yeah, he has done an excellent job scoring every environment, every hero, every villain. You don't really get to hear the heroes. Easy for me to say. But the villains and environments have excellent themes. The soundtrack is also available on sale separately if you want to get it.
All right, so let's go ahead and start working on this
Techno.
Impulsion Beam. Yes.
I was about to suggest, if you'll attack the Impulsion Beam, I have a nasty surprise for Omniblade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so... Alright, so now the next question is, should I punch the beam and heal us, or spin the wheel with guys?
Punching heal would be
Alright.
the better choice.
Alright, so
I would
Motivational Charge here allows Legacy to punch something for 2 damage, and then heals all heroes for 1 life. Now, I can't... Because of the Impulsion Beam, I'm only allowed to use 1 power per turn, otherwise I could have Legacy use his base power on himself to give himself a 2nd power use, and then do the punch and heal. Oh, here come more filter agents. Actually, Arsenator is good because that gets rid of the Impulsion Beam for us.
Wow.
Order
That just
doesn't
did me a
actually
favor.
matter here, I don't think.
Nope, just as long as Impulsion
Yeah.
Beam goes down, I could care less.
Which means now we can actually start doing things. Unfortunately, Arsenator goes after everybody, which means it's also... but he also makes Steel and all of his minions immune to fire damage, so he doesn't actually hit them.
It's fine.
And then
This
now we
is,
have
not-
the final Ghostbuster, which causes Plague Rat to deal increased damage to heroes. I would actually hit Arsenator.
Okay.
Or actually, hold on. Let me see here.
I'll just say, Mega Gunner increases damage dealt.
Yeah, because... So Egon only triggers the first time Plague Rat deals damage. Also, if we do Arsenator again, that's another wave of damage to all of the villains.
Okay.
Alright, and there's also a very fortunate fast forward button down here in the lower right hand corner. We can also use the... You can also hold the tab key to fast forward.
No need to apologize or feel guilty. This is what the donations were for. It was to test our ability, and we are going to have all the fun doing it.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so I have 2 cards I want to play. Obviously, one is a boon for everybody. The other one removes of Omniblade, who's still currently going after me. Which I suggest stays that way.
Yeah, Omniblade can't hurt you at the moment because of Flesh to Iron. I think Don't Dismiss is the better play, just because it will allow us to build up a little bit after the Impulsion Beam. Alright, so Don't Dismiss Anything allows each player to choose to either put the top card of their deck into play, or directly into play, or put a card from their discard pile on top of their deck.
I just
I
hit
would
the
probably
wrong
put-
button.
Oh.
Fortunately, misclicks happen, so we have a rewind button up here in the corner. An original plan for the donation incentive was the no rewinds. Thankfully, that was dropped.
As you can see, a misclick is always capable of happening. I'm
Yes.
so used to being the top answer for everything. I hit that by mistake instead of the bottom one, which says put the top card in play.
And now watch, it's going to do know when to turn loose. Okay.
Hey. Hey.
Nice. Yes, I want to play the top card. Ooh. Okay, now we're gonna have some fun. We are gonna put, we're gonna put extrasensory awareness on the bottom. We don't really need that right now.
All right, and then Guys is going to be a gimmicky character. So what this does is it discards a card from the top of each character's deck, and then for each target that is anything with a health total that is discarded this way, Guys regains 1 health, and then he gets to play another card.
By the way,
why not?
thank you for whoever chose Guys, because let it begin.
So now we have the best card ever, very aptly named. Guys draws 2 cards. Guys then deals 1 target 2 melee damage.
Hey, you.
Then Guys regains 1 health. Then he may throw his hands in the air and shout "woo." If he does, he gets to play another card. Into another gimmicky character. For some more healing and another card play.
It's villain time.
He didn't discard any targets. That's surprising. The villains usually have a ton of targets in their deck. So we can, retcon, get rid of Physique, I think it's because that way it gets rid of Baron Blade's healing. And now he can either play or draw. So Guys takes a bit of...
probably draw.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna draw. I just thinking about it. Yeah, Guys takes a bit of.
Well, no, you could play to do. I can do that too. Don't redo this. Don't.
No. That was. I wanted to do that.
Okay. All right, but so Guys takes a bit of setup time. He needs a big hand size, but all of his stuff lets him play, or a lot of his cards let him play extra cards, especially out of turn, which in turn allows him to basically just unload in one massive turn for a ton of damage, or just card plays or whatever. But it takes him a bit of time to actually get there.
Which, thankfully, RNGesus be on our side with card draws at the moment.
Yeah, we Guys was able to get quite a few cards in his hand to be able to pull off some of that.
That one. Maybe.
All right. I don't have Snap Decision yet. That's the one card I'm looking for.
Sakami, he does not actually, because in order for when a card is played, it stays in play until it completely finishes resolving. This includes playing additional cards. So if he plays a chain of like 40 cards, they're all in play until the last one finishes, and then they're all put into the discard pile.
So basically, I'd have to hold my entire hand, use my entire hand, and then wait again a whole lot to get my entire hand back.
I kind of want to use this on myself to see if I can draw a Snap Decision, but do you guys have a preference?
I was actually going to suggest you or Scholar.
Yeah, either one's fine. Honestly, any of them are fine, but getting yourself set up is probably more important.
Wow.
Actually, this is okay too. We'll get some damage in. We'll play it. We
should get rid.
Should we get rid of the restrainers or one of the tankers?
One of the restrainers, because then we can. Because depending on what you flip, we might be able to get rid of the other restrainer, which will let Plague Rat start actually hitting everything. Alright, but at the very least, we're going to get rid of the restrainers now.
Oh,
because
yeah, totally.
Plague Rat's going to punch it. Alright, so most cards in play. So what this does, Deals a hero with the most cards in play 3 melee damage. Then that player either discards 2 cards or destroys one of their equipments. So we don't have any equipments for... In case of a tie, the heroes choose which one is the tiebreaker. So whoever takes this hit is going to have to discard 2 cards. Because we don't have equipments. So I guess it's going to be Legacy. I can get rid of this Surge of Strength and this other Surge of Strength. Legacy's not normally a damage dealer. He's basically a team player. Alright, so now damage. And Sergeant Steele's Espion agent is keeping Plague Rat from hitting his agents. So we need to get rid of that guy pretty soon. But this is going to get rid of 2 handlers. And now on Plague Rat's next turn, he'll actually start dealing damage to the other villains.
So that'd get me 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guys is about to start doing some damage.
All right.
Say what again?
You're annoying. And because of my combination, not only do I get +2 to my damage, but with blatant reference, if I choose to discard a card until my next turn comes around, I can do more damage. In this case, to be precise, 3 damage. Yeah. The villain team's in a lot of trouble for the next 7 moves.
Well, Guys only triggers the blatant reference, I think, is only at the end of hero turns? Let me double check that. At the end of each hero turn, yeah. So 4 times.
Yeah. Damage is damage.
Alright, so now Toxic Sludge, one of the nasty little things in the environment is that it deals damage to everybody or everybody who has 5 or more HP takes 2 damage, and then after that, if they still have 10 or more HP, they take another 3. And as a character falls below 10 health, they get a change, shown a little bit beat up. Alright, so now we need to get Parse. So let's go ahead and we're going to punch myself for 3. Heroic Interception makes all other heroes immune to damage, which means they can no longer hurt themselves or be hurt by the villains. And as long as I keep Legacy from being lowest, most of their damage goes after lowest or second lowest. So this means that it will keep them targeting the other 3 heroes, and so they'll take no damage as a result. So we're going to hit on Hammer and Shield, which is protecting Citizen Hammer, or rather Citizen Anvil. Their gimmick is they're a team. If Hammer goes down, Anvil will revive him to full health. So we need to get rid of Hammer first. And Hammer and Shield protects Hammer by reducing damage dealt to him by 1. It also makes him attack at the end of each turn, so...
Oh.
Alright, so... I guess we can go ahead and give this mission objective to Parse. And then we'll trigger Mega Gunner. That way, I mean, Arsonator will hit them all, but that would put Legacy at lowest health, which would mean they would start attacking him.
Alright, we're gonna sacrifice this Mortal Form energy for my Flashed Iron.
So there's 12 non-hero targets in play for Grace Under Fire. That can put Anvil down to 2.
That was actually what I was gonna do. Oh,
Wait, what happened?
I did not see that.
Scorching Snap!
Right.
Forgot about that.
So,
Yeah, so your next damage is prevented. So actually then, get out of the way would be good, because that would clear a bunch of, or that would deal a bunch of damage and clear another handler.
True. At least this way I'll actually do somewhat from the form of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad part is with this version of the Scholar, which is also the nice thing about him, is he can play off his elemental forms. Specifically, the one I trashed, Mortal Form of Energy, which can also be used by Solid to Liquid to increase his HP, and with a Mortal Form of Energy, you can do damage too. So, and speaking of damage, gonna keep whittling away at him.
And there's Bastion, the worst possible card for them to flip. So what Bastion does, all villain character cards other than Anvil take 2 less damage. And then when Anvil gets incapacitated, Bastion's destroyed and it restores Anvil to 4 HP. Or to 5 HP. So basically we now have to kill him twice.
This is fine. We're fine.
If we had the way to do the damage, we could take him out straight here, but... And actually...
Alright, I'm thinking buffer overflow, but I want to recompile, but it's not going to help. I could hand out a power. We need some mitigation in place. I'm going to play buffer overflow.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And I think base power is the way to go. Actually, that's pretty good.
This will help. That'll really help.
Mm-hmm. You must be our last hurrah with it. And we'll continue to pick on you, because these two have to go soonest.
Yeah. Oh, and also because all the handlers are gone, destroy the handler with the highest HP, deals the hero with the highest HP X melee, where X is 5 minus... we do not want to let this... Or we want to let this go. Or let this happen. Because there's no handlers in play. So...
Oh, wait, no, not...
That's fine.
Oh wait, yeah, I did. I actually did. No,
all right,
okay.
so Legacy's going to take this hit. That's unfortunate, but he's also going to... Let's see, the Espion Agent is still in play, so Steel is not going to take any damage from this, but everybody else will, so that's fine.
Well, that just did some DPS for us.
Yeah, I need to get Legacy's health back up. So the thing about Guise is he has these really powerful ongoings that do crazy effects, such as Guise the Barbarian boosts all his damage by 2, Blatant Reference lets him hit stuff out of turn. But they all go away at the start of his turn.
That does not make Guise any less of a great player. It just makes him more of a strategical play. Like, you have to actually, like he said before, you have to set up and be prepared for what will happen.
Alright, so we need to get rid of Espion Agent so that Plague Rat can actually start dealing with these agents for us.
Yeah, totally. Screw you, I'm protected. Saved by another hero, for the sake of heroism.
I would probably play one of those to get just do the final hit and be done with it.
Do we still want Toxic Sludge around?
We can pitch a card to get rid of it before it deals damage.
Do this and then still do damage.
I would save Retcon for a more relevant.
And let's make.
Thwack Anvil to 1, and then that way it'll boost your damage for your base power on Espion Agent.
Yeah, true. Because I forgot about this. Bye. Again, guys. Gotta love them.
Alright, so now we'll have Legacy discard a card, because Legacy's likely to die very soon. We'll get rid of Lead from the front, and then stop. And get rid of Toxic Sludge. And another Statuary, which is going to kill Ruin for us. Thank you, Rook City. You don't ever be helpful.
That's all 3 of the statues now that have been put into play or discarded.
So, what does this do? Baron Blade deals the hero with the most cards in play 3 melee damage, increased damage dealt by villain targets by 1 until the start of Baron Blade's next turn. So do we want him to have a temporary Galvanize?
No. Because he would be hitting Parse in this one, and we don't want to run the risk of losing.
Parse is still... Parse is actually still...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Baron Blade's going to kill Legacy if we let this go. Because he goes after lowest health, which is currently Legacy.
So, yeah, we... I think...
So what does this do? This is reveal cards from the top of the villain deck belonging to the villain with the most HP until 1 target is revealed. Put it into play, and then everybody else goes to the... So it's going to go to Plague Rat, and it's going to flip a handler.
That's fine.
Yeah. So the next question is, whose deck do we want to peek at with updated intel?
Like,
I'd
is
say
there
Parse.
a good chance you can... Parse? I was going to say Legacy, if you're going to be alive this turn, I'll take a chance on you. Oh.
No.
Yes.
You should have put that on the bottom so you could base power it into play.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
That's fine. Let's just peek at Parse again, see what you got coming. Here, damage dealt by heroes is irreducible, and then... I can go either way.
Who's left for damage? After me, it would just be... Well... Yeah, it would just be guys. So that could... I'll just put that on top, because I don't really need that.
Okay. Alright, so now...
HP.
Yeah.
You ain't saving anybody.
Alright, so... we're going to...
I was also thinking of maybe peeking at Scholar so we can try and flip Proverbs and Axioms.
Let's heal myself, and then I'm going to get rid of Bastion. And that should... So, Anvil re-enters play. Now the good news is, because of Exploit Weakness, Anvil now takes boosted damage until the environment turn. Because he just re-entered play. So we have a chance to actually clear them both right now. Put this one on Legacy, because he's
probably dead.
Yeah.
Oh. Probably keep that on bottom.
Yeah. I'll leave you there.
Alright, so let's boost Mega Gunner. That way Arsenator does not kill Legacy.
Hey, one grandpa is protecting another grandpa right now.
Yeah, pretty much. There's still 10 non-heroes in play, so...
While the draw cards is nice, I have too much health as it is.
Yeah.
And I wish I had something else to help protect you a little bit better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if we had the... we still had an alchemical redirection. Oh. Because of course it's on top of the deck, like it always is! Oh, thank you, Scholar. Good job. Alright, so we have another Scorching Snap, so this is going to hit Scholar for 0 and make him skip his next damage.
Meh. He doesn't deal damage.
Hmm.
I'm playing 2 characters that technically don't deal damage, and I'm making them deal damage.
I mean, if you really wanted to, Scholar can deal all kinds of damage.
If I really wanted to, yes. It would just be stupid accelerant. I think...
Alright. Okay.
Get ready for
what do
your
we
next
want to
big
go
move.
with there? Yeah, I'm... I mean, if I had Snap Decision, that would be an easy play.
Okay, so Plague Rat's going to kill or actually no, there's a handler in play. Never mind. Plague Rat is not going to kill Legacy this turn.
Yeah, he can't do nothing.
He's going to deal 2 damage to him though.
Hmm.
Let's see here. I could use Between the Lines, but that would just be a waste because nobody really has any damage to dish out right now.
I'm actually a fan of recompile into base power, just to draw a million cards and try and get somebody else's stuff into play.
Alright, so we'll get rid of the spare updated intel. We do not need 2 of those into play. I'm going to hang on to Segmentation Fault. We might want that later. Let's Tosh Gauge, and then...
You already have Exploit Vulnerability on.
Those do stack. So I'm going to pitch a targeting arrow.
Okay. Critical Multiplier. Snap Decision, finally.
Finally! Okay.
Wow. Read between those lines. Oh, now I wish I had Arjun up. That would be such a sweet playoff. Here, play this. Here, play this. Here, play this. Here, play this.
Okay.
Yeah, but if we had Harjan up, we probably would have been dead a while ago because of how long he takes to set up sometimes.
True.
Yep. I'm still thinking base powers. Move here.
Nope, and it's reveal the flaws.
That's fine.
We could do Legacy to try and flip a... Actually, if it's a takedown, that would be really awesome. Nope.
Takedown is really nice because it prevents the villain from playing any cards, and since there are four villains in play, that'd be 4 villains who are not playing any cards.
Which means
well, it only lasts until the start of Legacy's next turn, so it would have been Plague Rat and Baron Blade would be the ones that not dealing damage. Unfortunately, unless Legacy regains some health, Blade is going to kill him next turn. Oh, actually, we can. You still have any? I can do that too. Or
I think I pitched Malt Crapper. Yeah, I see 2 in the trash. I still have a deck. I actually have 1 left in the deck.
Okay. So we might still have a chance. If you can get I can do that too on Legacy's base power. I can actually keep Legacy alive.
I have no idea where it is, but
pitch all your cards, Plague Rat. Skyscraper, her setup isn't quite as... Oh, guy's doing the Daffy Duck. And Bugs Bunny. Of course you realize this means war.
wow, 6 cards a man? My power level is over 9,000.
I'm on my screen. It's guys having everything stabbing in his back, going, "This face I'm making, I'm trying not to scream."
See, he's got an arrow going through his face. He's fine. 1 in his spine. He's fine. Another 1 in the spine. He's okay.
Alright, Anvil's down again.
There's like nothing to do. There's like nothing I can do.
Oh, jeez. And then there's twisting back. So, do we want to try and get rid of this by playing the top card of Rook City and the top card of a villain deck?
Well, let's see here. Ugh.
I'm gonna say, like I kind of want to say no. And actually, the damage reduction doesn't matter right now because we have irreducible damage.
That's true. So then we can say no to this for now.
I think that's the best play. Is just leave it around.
Next turn, though.
Yep. Oh, Legacy's dead. Baron Blade's killing Legacy. Don't bother doing him.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna peek at Rook City. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep that on bottom.
Alright, so guys cannot deal damage until Baron Blade's next turn.
Okay.
Alright, so when a hero is incapacitated, they are not out of the game. They now have the ability. They are now given one of 3 abilities that they can use to help the remaining heroes to weather through and win. So we have one hero may use a power, one hero may draw a card, or I discard the top card of a deck. So I think I want to let a hero use a power. So the question is, do I want Parse to use a power or Guise to use a power? I think Parse, yeah.
And since she's still on base power, okay.
Well, so let's see. So the first one is on Scholar, the second one is on Parse, the third one is on Legacy. I would say get rid of the one on Parse.
We don't care about Legacy. Yeah, we don't care about the one on Legacy. He's already dead.
Alright, so now, so what does this do? This reveals until an agent is revealed, it's put into play, and we activate its filter ability, and then, so each of the agents have these little, the filter icon, the little alien face, that triggers by certain effects, usually Sergeant Steele's end of turn effect. So, who do we want to reveal cards from?
We have not peeked at Hammer and Anvil yet. I'm kind of leaning towards them.
Okay. Yeah, make sure that they don't have a Bastion. We can put that on top because there are no equipments. The only character with equipment is currently dead.
And then Plague Rat has no cards, so I don't have to worry about him. Baron Blade. Let's see here. Have we peeked at Guise? He has. Look what I found on bottom. Yeah. Oh.
Leave that on the bottom.
Keep that on bottom. We're keeping that on bottom.
Alright, so now, Field Inventor, his filter ability is that he discards cards from the top of each villain deck, and then each one-shot discarded this way increases Steel's next damage by 1. So, 2 one-shots were discarded. So now, do we want to boost Mega Gunner's damage, or do we want to have Arsonator do a wave of damage to everybody?
Who's Sergeant Steele going after?
Steel is going after the Scholar.
Take
yes.
the shot. Scholar is more than tanked out, so.
Yeah.
And see, it was like minimal damage, like 4 damage.
Hey, Scholar actually took damage.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. And there's still 9. Actually, you can take out Anvil or Hammer right now with Grace Under Fire.
I'm going to.
Well, first you have to discard for Flesh to Iron.
Yeah, buy Solid to Liquid. And then we're going to hold it. I cannot deal damage unless I use...
oh, wait, yeah, because you have the Scorching Snap under effect. So I would just Alchemical Redirection. And that way, that'll keep everybody alive for another round.
Okay, I'm a little curious about this question in the chat. I have played Symphony of the Night quite a long time. I do not know the difference between Alucard all bosses and Alucard 665 all bosses. I've never heard of that. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, never mind. I am the dumb. Disregard me.
All right, so now we have Scorching Snap. So updated intel triggers. Who do we want to peek at? We know Parse's bottom card is Critical Multiplier.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, seems good.
Isn't it still?
Oh wait, yeah, it's still that.
Okay,
that's fine.
I really need to get my deck shuffled.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Scholar stepping in with his little magical philosopher's stone.
Just look at him, just peeking on. He's like, you can't do anything.
Yep.
Just look at him holding that basketball.
So just throw out Snap Decision and base power the multiplier into play.
Where is it?
Yep, that's the plan. Come on, game.
There it is.
There we go. Oh, that's Critical Multiplier. I want to play that. Snap Decision is way over here. Now, Snap Decision, this lets me discard a card at the beginning of my turn and lets me play a card as a result. This lets me effectively play 2 cards per turn. However, my start of turn has already happened, so I will not get the benefit for it now. So
but the more important thing is Fugue State's Parse base power is if she discarded a card during her turn, she then gets to play the bottom card of another character's deck, so it effectively will always make sure it's turned on.
It's a very nice card. It basically lets her be as nice and overpowered. We already know it's at the bottom of that.
No,
we don't. You just played your bottom card.
Oh wait, yeah. I thought you were looking at guys there for a second. Well, I'm probably gonna play Critical Multiplier, so I'll put that on top just so I can recompile to discard it.
All right. So now damage. Oh, Twisting Back Alleys is gonna keep Plague Rat from doing anything relevant.
That's fine for now, because I have Snap Decision I can put in play.
Oh, but guys can retcon Twisting Back Alleys away.
Well, that's true.
Kill me now. Well, that's a 50 Sentinel points minus. Sorry. Guys has these little quips and quirks he does every now and again when his turn comes up. It's interesting. Where was that?
Could have used that like 5 turns ago.
Oh. Welcome to Sentinels of the Multiverse, where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Yep. Oh,
really? Really, guys?
Yep.
Well, where was that like 4 turns ago?
Now we're getting all the chain combos that I wish I had a long time back with Legacy. I don't know. Live.
Oh, Scum and Villainy. So what this does is, the end of villain turn, we play the top card of a villain deck. At the start of the environment turn, the villain with the highest HP deals each hero 3 damage, and then this card blows itself up. So we have to choose somebody to play a card. Do we want Steel to play?
Sorry, I misclicked.
We don't want Hammer and Anvil to play a card, because the top card could be Bastion, which would revive Anvil.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Well, that's kind of bleh.
That's kind of annoying.
He was going to play that card either way, so...
I say we're effectively being stumped a little bit.
Did I play my, Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah,
play my
you
Critical
moved
Multiplier.
Gage to the top, so...
I'd say that stays...
I'll keep that on bottom, because that'll get some damage in, and that'll help us out.
Yep.
Guys cannot deal damage. That is fine by me.
Alright, so... Actually, no, that's worn off now.
Oh.
That should stay on the bottom.
Yes.
Because that makes
Activate
that,
all cons that have not been activated this turn? No.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
That needs to go away. That needs to go away forever.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now we've got so we need to get rid of the negation bands, because the first time Baron Blade would take damage, it's prevented and he heals himself instead. So that's undoing all of our hard work at keeping him
Killing him.
And Scholar still has his next damage prevented. So who should I give the power to?
I could take the draw to see if P&A comes up next turn.
Alright, yeah, we'll do that. Alright, here you go, have a card.
Keep moving.
Oh, keep moving. That's
actually, good.
That's good too.
That actually gives me an idea. I mean, yeah, I'm still resisting damage, but...
Alright, so we know the bottom of Parse's deck is Impossible Shot, the bottom of Guise's deck is Let Me See That, and the bottom of Rook City is Toxic Sludge.
Yep. Let's see here.
He has a fresh hand, so it wouldn't be worth the venture.
He does have a fresh hand. Let's take a peek.
Yeah, he can stay on the bottom.
Yeah, stay there.
Yeah.
I don't feel like reviving that nightmare.
And Espion Agent is back.
Ugh.
But that's okay, Parse can Impossible Shot him out.
Yep. Speak at you. Fire. No, let's keep that.
No, put that on top, because that way we now know that the top card is not Bastion, which means we can, if we can't kill Anvil this turn or Hammer this turn, we at least don't have to worry about Anvil coming back.
Exactly.
That's true.
Alrighty, so I have no need to see how to turn loose. Unfortunately, you guys are no longer protected. Do apologize. But
you have both mortal forms in your hand, so you could keep moving for both of them, and then Transmuted Recovery. The first hit will get prevented, and the second hit will allow you to deal 2 damage.
That's the play, because now there's the shuffle. Do this like you said. Please, when I'm done doing this, let this resolve in a good way. And actually, I will hit Espion Agent. Oh, I can deal damage. And there's Proverbs and Axioms.
Okay, if we can stay alive for one more turn, I mean, this is going to heal us a little bit if we're able to take advantage of it.
I mean, sometimes the game just comes down to the Scholar's tanking show.
The Scholar tanking show is in full effect.
Okay.
I hate you. I hate you so much, dude.
I heal the Field Inventor because he'll only heal 1. So, like the heroes, the villain in a team villain game, the incapacitated villains also have an ability when they're incapacitated. I say we leave that on the bottom.
That'll be handy if you need it later.
Turn into a turtle.
Thank you, Radman.
Alright, so discard a card to play a card. You can get rid of one with the data miners.
Can I?
No. Yeah.
I would say get rid of Reveal the Flaws.
Reveal the flaws? Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, because don't really need that. Now, let's see here.
So now Critical Multiplier boosts the next damage a hero would deal by 1. Wait, is Guys' damage prevented? No, it's not. Because the negation darts wore off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
And if you build me up
Guys,
to this one...
I'm counting on you guys. Alright.
I'm counting on me too. So, Critical Multiplier, this will count as your out-of-turn play, and then you can play Recompile, put everything on Guys, and I'll just whack somebody really dang hard.
I was thinking about buffing myself once or twice, so I could. Well, Hammer has 6 hit points, so I can't finish him off. But
so the negation band has +1 damage on it, so you can get rid of it right now by base powering your impossible shot into play. It has a +1 from the exploit vulnerability. So if you buff guys can kill Hammer on his turn. Don't forget, Plague Rat's also going to hit. Oh, actually, no. Plague Rat's not going to hit Hammer for anything because Cover Fire gives him DR1.
Yep.
You just did that a little bit backwards.
So we'll get rid of one of the segmentation faults. We'll buff guys. We will dump one of the between the lines. Actually, I'll probably dump 2 of them.
Leno, we're still in Parse's start of turn phase.
Yeah,
I know.
You could have played the second critical multiplier and then recompiled as your main play. Back up.
It would have gave us 6 damage. I was trying to tell you did that a little wrong. Okay. Discard.
Try this again.
Play critical multiplier after buffing guys.
Critical multiplier, please.
Good at the game. I are good at the game.
We know what we're doing, folks. Really, we do.
Okay. Now have at it.
And each critical multiplier stacks with itself, so every time you do discard a card, in this case, it's +2 damage for every time
and those
you discard.
Those damage pluses can be distributed however you want. They don't all have to go on the same character. And they're persistent, so until that character deals damage, you can buff them up as much as you want.
Essentially another way to destroy Iron Legacy if you can manage to have a turtle match and just be a master of damage redirection.
Well, now my base power is not going to be Impossible Shot anymore, so that plan is out the window, but...
That's okay.
This is fine.
Because you still have... You can still play the bottom card of another character's deck.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, okay. We're going to put updated intel on the bottom. We're going to want to play Buffer Overflow next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know what the bottom card of Guys' deck is. It's let me see that.
There
is no equipment, right? and yeah.
So we want to hit Scholar.
Let me see that you have. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Why not? In the off chance they actually do something to me.
All right.
Well,
so now
3 hit points.
Well, I mean, between now and then.
So Chemical Frenzy. Guys is dead.
Yep.
Whoops. Oh well.
No. Okay.
He deals each target 1 toxic damage. Anything dealt damage this way hits themselves for melee. So Guys is going to take damage and then hit himself really hard.
8 damage.
Alright, so now... oh, and Parse is down too, because of the Revocorp neutralizer.
Yep. It just became a Scholar show.
I think we want to back up and probably redo Scholars, or a few state Parse's turn then.
We can't... well, actually, we can... Oh, we can still win from this position. Scholar can solo most villains with this team, but it's going to be a little rough. Yeah, let's back up.
We're going to have to buff Scholar to do some damage.
Alright.
No, the Scholar can deal damage, and he can deal quite a bit of damage. All right, so
We're
we
not
still
out of this yet, so I can't buff guys. I just cannot buff guys.
Actually, yes, you can.
Myself.
Yes, you can. You can certainly buff guys. Then you just play between the lines and have guys use his power before to spend the buff.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we'll throw everything on guys. We'll play between the lines instead as the play. Guys will do damage. Guys will do a little extra damage. And the damage will be spent. And hopefully we'll stay alive, is the idea.
So, so actually, the play is still recompile.
Yep.
But only recompile for one.
Between the... Okay. Because that'll draw 2 cards. I will keep Impossible Shot on the bottom, which will let me ping someone. So let's see here. I want to... one of our segmentation faults we can drop. And then stop.
Alright, and then you want to use Between the Lines on guys to let him use his base power. And this will allow us this will allow us to take out Hammer and get rid of the citizens.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention.
All right, 1 down.
Okay, 3 to go, and they all have an absurd amount of health.
That's okay.
They will have an absurd amount of health.
So you want to hit the negation bands.
Yep.
So who should be my first target is the best question.
I think we need to get Steel off the board. I mean that's
no,
because
there's just no 2 ways about it.
His little army is just...
His little army will dissipate with him and his 16 health.
Alright, so now we have... So now, normally, order doesn't matter when things happen. Let's peek at Steel's deck. Oh wait, no, we know about him, Steel's deck. Peek at Baron Blade, see what he has coming up. Alright, so Regression Darts, we want to leave that on the bottom. So now, so here order doesn't matter, because everybody is hitting themselves. So let's just fast forward through this. Now, however, now we get to something interesting. Actually, it's not going to really matter too much because you're still taking 2 damage and dying. That's unfortunate. So it is still going to be the Scholar Shell. But what we can do is if we have Plague Rat kill his handler first. Well, actually, first, before we do that, we'll have Plague Rat hit the Scholar, because we get to choose the order in an AoE effect like this. So that's going to get negated. Now, if we have Plague Rat hit his handler, this will kill Plague Rat's last handler, which means now all of his damage is +2. So now all the villains are taking 3 damage. We're losing Parse either way because they would be taking 2 damage if the handler was in play or 3 damage without. So we lose Parse and guys, which sucks, but we can still recover from that.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
totally.
Order doesn't matter here. This also has the added bonus of clearing out all of Steel's agents.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to
Sergeant Steel just became heavily nerfed, so he is very much not a threat right now.
One player discards 1 card. If the discarded card was a 1-shot, that player may drop 2 cards. If the discarded card was an ongoing equipment, the hero target regains 2 HP. Reveal the bottom 3 of the villain deck, put 1 on the top, 1 on the trash, 1 into play. If there are 4 or a few environmental cards in play, destroy 1 of them. If there are more than 4 environmental cards in play, destroy 2 of them.
We should destroy the environment so that way we don't take any damage from Scum and Villainy. Oh yeah, and because so it didn't do the full text, which was or it didn't show the full text. Oh, Tremata, she's useful. But so the full text is: if there are 4 or fewer environment cards in play, destroy one of them. If there are more than 4 environment cards in play, destroy 2 of them. Then, if there are no environment cards in play, stand up and do a funky dance. Get down with your bad self. Shake your groove thing. Wait, too much shaking. Wait, too. Yeah. So, yay, guys. All right.
I would say Blighted Streets of the 2.
Increase damage to heroes, or yeah, Blighted Streets should be on top because Scholar can tank damage with the best of them. Yeah, and then we want to keep Tremata in play for a while. Oh, and they're just going to play the top card of all the decks either way. Alright, so now Steel deals +2 damage. And here come more handlers.
Alright, so power's the best move for this one, so I can just do some heal and do some damage.
That's probably the best play, so now this is where the game grinds to a bit slower.
It's not too slow, but we'll get through this.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time? I don't have the stream up, so I don't know where we're at.
We're over by about 3 minutes.
That's okay. I think I'm about to end up eating it midway through this.
Well, Sergeant Steel we should be able to take him down fairly quickly.
There's 8 non-heroes in play, so you can just one-shot him right now with Grace Under Fire. Oh, yeah, I would actually let the Mortal Forms and the Solid to Liquid go. Keeping Flesh to Iron up, I think, is more important right now.
And thus, another major problem has just died. And then there were 2.
Yep.
Basically, what I'm going to try to do is survive through this round, get to the next turn, pop the other Flesh to Iron, get through that round, and if I survive, I'm going to pop my, hopefully if I still have enough energy, I'm going to pop my, No One to Hold Fast, get something good, and just keep building from that as much as possible.
Well, the nice thing is, Baron Blade is going to die very quickly because he's damaging himself, and Plague Rat is also damaging him. So it's just going to be a Plague Rat damage race.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Plague Rat does not damage himself, so we need to actually start beating him down, too.
Wait, what do I have left to draw?
Let's see here. No ongoings to destroy. I'm leaning towards either have Scholar draw or just have him do his turn phase out of order. Or in whatever order.
Yeah, I'm inclined with letting him just draw a card.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's actually a really good card to have, because that can one-shot Plague Rat.
Yes.
If I can survive long enough, that would actually be the idyllic goal, is to build a defense, shore it up, get all my cards, whittle out Baron, and then just turn around and annihilate Plague Rat, if possible.
So he's making you discard 2 cards. Just get rid of the Proverbs and Axioms. They're not doing anything right now.
Oh yeah, we're out of uses for them, unfortunately. I mean, if I was still able to keep my stuff going and I was healing, yeah, that would be great, but now's not the time.
Fortunately, as long as the neutralizers don't show up, we can... So we need to feed Scholar cards so we can get a No One to Hold Fast going off. I would just pitch the Grace Under Fire. Because we're not really going to have enough targets in play to really... Since the agents are gone, or Steel and his agents are gone, we're not really going to get enough targets in play to really make it matter.
Exactly.
We want Taurus on top, because Tony lets us peek at villain decks.
Oh yeah, Tony's gonna do me a couple favors.
And then...
I'll still take this one.
That's going to be 4 damage.
True. Doc, you're gonna have to do this one. I'm gonna try my best, but I do highly doubt getting through this all the way. Just somehow.
Alright, so...
And again, use a power, draw a card.
I think draw a card. Feed you cards.
Card fades.
Get out of the way is good.
That is very good, actually. That's HP.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the play.
Well, it's going to be a chain play, but that is one of the plays. So... Oh, I don't have to keep moving. That's right.
So
again,
you can...
Grace Under Fire.
If you Grace Under Fire is only going to deal 5 damage.
No,
so...
this is to discard.
Oh, yeah. No, discard, expect the worst. Or actually, don't dismiss.
Yeah. Let's say expect the worst. I need that in case I'm going to die.
That's true. So...
Right, this turn is get out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way is the play this turn.
Oh, thanks. Call for backup. You're just doing me favors.
Uh-oh, there's a neutralizer.
Oh, neutralizer.
So I got myself back to 18. This will be 19. The struggle is real.
Yeah.
Offensive Transmutation. That is a play for a turn.
Alright, so now we need to get rid of the obsessive planning because he's going to blow up 2 cards.
Nova, the idea was to get card draws to the Scholar so we can start building options as far as like damage goes. And, you know, chaining off some no one to hold fasts.
And we want to try and get a Scholar's hand big enough to just one-shot Plague Rat with no one to turn loose.
Because if we can get rid of Plague Rat first, by doing that, Baron Blades just become a DPS race I just have to defend.
That is a good point.
Ouch. Him hitting all these Seek and Destroys is really hurting us.
Not exactly helpful. It's okay.
And also, none of our heroes do out-of-turn plays, only draws. I'd say the Transmutation.
Yeah. I wanted to hold on to that to hit him, but he's not giving me much choice but to heal.
Yeah.
Ugh. Bye, Doc.
Alright. So... we can either feed Scholar more cards, or we can get rid of Blighted Streets. Because Blighted Streets is overpowering Flesh to Iron. And, yeah, Blade. And it's just going to flip another Revocorp flunky.
Sorry,
and we get to hear more of the funky music.
I long since accepted this was not gonna go well after we lost Legacy.
Alright, so who do we want to peek at? Do we want to peek at Blade or Plague Rat? Alright. So, actually, no. We should put Let Loose on top, because that way Plague Rat's going to kill one of his handlers, and then we get to... and that will then let us start mitigating some of this insanity.
Mitigation is a word. Oh, come on.
He actually has to take the damage for it to matter. Alright, I'm going to feed you a card, and then I think the play is actually keep moving into know when to hold fast.
Mm-hmm. Get myself on the...
Actually, do you even have any... okay, you have... You do have the last Flesh to Iron in your deck still. So yeah, you can keep moving and then play know when to hold fast and draw back up. So I would actually pitch Expect the Worst.
Oh, hold on. I don't have Flesh to Iron in my deck. It's in my trash.
No, you have one left in your deck. There's 3 copies of each elemental in Scholar's deck.
So wait, I'm pitching Expect the Worst?
Yes. Because Flesh to Iron gives you... 2 Flesh to Irons gives you 4 damage reduction. There's like maybe 2 cards in Plague Rat's deck that can actually beat that.
Hmm.
And neither one of them have irreducible damage at this point.
Good draws.
So let's yeah, let the neutralizer take the hit. And now we just start feeding Scholar cards again.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to feed him 2 cards this time, because we're going to let him do things a little bit out of order. I think if we take advantage of Parse's...
Alright, I'll give it a shot.
Because this way she'll be able... Scholar will be able to draw 2 cards at first.
Oh, true, yes. That is true.
And then you can do power and play in whatever order you want.
Alright, so there goes the tanker.
Big shoutouts to Nova, one of the big members of the Sentinels Discord community. All-around awesome person. Also artist, and always is in the mood for games.
Doesn't matter, they're both at the same health.
Exactly, just pick one.
Alright, so I think we use the top effect, and I would pitch the offensive transmutation to draw 2 more cards.
Yes, reshuffle. Keep moving.
Keep moving's good.
Powers and axioms.
Alright, twisting back allies is kind of annoying. So we want to peek at Baron Blade, make sure he doesn't have anything dumb coming up. Oh. It would help if we actually saw that he had cards in his deck.
Hmm.
Plague Rat's going to be dealing damage, so if we keep Tony around, Scholar's going to take 2.
So, do we need Tony still then? No?
I don't think so.
Okay. Sorry, Tony.
I mean...
Nobody likes you.
I mean, Tony's a good guy.
He was useful for a little bit.
He met an unfortunate end, because this is Rook City, and Rook City kills everyone.
No, Tony became Heartbreaker. and then just horrible things happened.
Spoilers!
Well, we are 3 more cards away before that last Toxic Sludge comes into play.
Actually, the last Toxic Sludge would be good, because that would start... Well, actually, it wouldn't do anything. It would hit Baron Blade. That's about it.
And he might already be dead by then.
Yeah, there's a twisting back alleys, so you want to draw first. But with twisting back alleys in play, that means that you're not going to be able to use get out of the way.
Hmm.
So I would play Bring What You Need and use that as your power.
Mm-hmm. So play card. Obviously, we're going into Scholar is now way into deep into turtling.
Oh, there's a card. So yeah, we keep using. So we should definitely keep using Parse's third ability.
Use Pars's third, use his guys' first, keep pitching the one-shots.
Actually, we want to get rid of twisting back alleys, because the damage reduction, it's causing Baron Blade to kill himself slower and keeping Plague Rat from killing his handlers. Leno?
I'm here. I'm still on Scholar's turn.
Okay. Looks like the lag's starting to catch up to you.
A little bit. I'm doing the fast forward as best as I can.
Apology to the runner behind us.
Well, it gives them more time to set up.
Game is Yep. At least this game is robust enough where it you don't have to be, completely always there.
Yes, the Scholar is a tank. That's the simplest way to put it.
Scholar, best put, is, yes, the game's tank, but he's also one of the game's greatest, offensive characters if you can build the stuff the right way.
Haka is also a tank, but he's more of a... He's not a pure tank, but he is more of a damage dealer tank.
Oh, and Twisting Back Alleys is going to keep Plague Rat from hitting either of his handlers, so it doesn't matter here who we choose.
He's going down soon enough, and Baron Blade is taking himself out one hit at a time.
Alright, time for funky music. Alright, Scum and Villainy. So, let's play the top card of Blade or Plague Rat?
Blade, so I don't die anytime soon.
Yeah, that's true. And it's no, that's fine. Impulsion Beam's annoying, but it's we can deal with it. Oh, jeez, Baron Blade's recycled his deck. Mm-hmm. He has the physique back, so it looks like Parse is going to have to blow that up on her turn. So
that's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
Let's see here. There are 7 non-heroes in play, so you can't even get rid of the Impulsion Beam with that's great. Alright, sure.
Yeah, just be quicker.
Draw some cards.
That is the second one. And why not? Now go get into a plan. Alright, so... Grace Under Fire has no actual usage.
And then the other proverbs.
P&A is no longer useful, so we're gonna draw 2 more. There's my other Flesh to Iron. I want to use a power before I use my play, right?
Right. You want to power and then know when to hold fast.
We're coming for you, Plague Rat.
Alright, so we'll have the Analyst be the lowest HP, because that way it won't heal any.
Exactly.
And then we need to get rid of the Physique.
Oh yeah. And I love how we have Jack going off on about different combinations with different people. It's interesting
and
to see what you come up with.
And all very great ideas, too.
Yes.
Totally.
I still say the greatest team ever put together is America's Greatest Legacy, The Scholar, Arjunata, and Santa Guys.
Don't forget Team Leader Tachyon.
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
The best round of whose turn is it anyway? Sentinels edition.
Oh, you want to play now? Sure.
Oh,
Can I play
sweet.
After? Yes. How about you
Hey,
do
the
that
neutralizer's dead. Plague Rat's almost dealing damage again. And, unfortunately, one of them's still in play, or the restrainer's still in play, so he's not hitting them that hard.
That's fine. He's just going to start milling them, and we're finally going to get somewhere.
Alright, so I guess, do we let Scholar draw cards, or do we get rid of Scum and Villainy? Because
So let's start the villain turn, 3 damage, then destroy this card.
oh, it's gonna get soaked, so we just let Scholar draw cards.
So we'll just do the, we'll discard it, don't dismiss.
Okay, so that's all soaked.
Mm-hmm.
And then here comes the Toxic Sludge. So nothing happened there. Well, that's not true. Baron Blade took some damage, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. Took damage, and
then here comes the Negation Ban, so we need to deal with that.
it's alright. It's okay.
Alright. Here, have a power, draw some cards.
Sure.
Baron Blade, for however many times he gets knocked down, is one heck of a villain. He just will not admit defeat.
No, he will not.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly give up as he's supposed to.
Alright, so you can get rid of the Redirection and the Don't Dismiss, since I don't think we need those anymore.
No, ditch those. Do our draws. Oh no, that's right, we didn't do that this turn.
So, I would just Grace Under Fire and get rid of the Negation Bans.
Yeah.
He does not have a second set in his deck, so that way we don't have to worry about it until he recycles.
So that's done and done. Take you. Gotta do some healing, just because I can get ready afterwards. We're almost there.
Alright, so let's have the Neutralizer take the heal, because he's the one that boosts damage, he's not the one that reduces it.
Hmm.
And now we can let Scholar turn shenanigans on his turn.
Hmm. Who's currently sitting at 21 cards, and I believe I have 9 in my trash and 7 in my deck, so...
I mean, a full power no when to turn loose is 39 damage.
Oh yeah. And then Baron Blade at this point, as long as we can keep this going, will just reduce himself.
Right. All of his damage mitigation is now gone. So Baron Blade just has 5 more turns, and he's going to kill himself. And we can probably get Plague Rat down before then, and then get Baron Blade down.
So again, shoutouts to Radman for this up and down roller coaster of I can't even describe it. But we won.
Well, we're not there yet, because there's always a chance for something to go horribly wrong.
Shh.
Because that's the way this game works.
I don't want to hear that word anymore today. I still have something to do after this.
If the donation incentive had been met, we would have been facing them on Advanced, and we would have already been dead.
Yes.
There was no question about it.
Alright, so you have to pitch 2 cards. I would just get rid of the Keep Movings.
Oh geez, I know. Like, whatever am I going to get rid of?
Unfortunately, while that stupid handler's in play... I say we just leave Toxic Sludge in play and just keep feeding Scholar cards.
Yes. I need you. Definitely need you to, you. Oops.
Well, it should also hit Baron Blade, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it will hit Baron Blade, because he has more than 5 health. And here comes another scum and villainy.
It's okay. Things are taking care of themselves, so...
Alright.
Come on!
No, we don't care about Impulsion Beam. Because you're only ever going to be playing one card a turn. Because if you play more than one card a turn, that's going to reduce your hand.
I know that, but still, it's like, what else are you hiding in your pants, man? Sheesh.
Alright, so here you go, use a power.
Oh, yeah, sure. Bring what you need.
This will put you up to 20 cards in hand.
I know, such a wonderful card.
Baron Blade has all the stops. Yep, he's got all the stops.
Yeah, ditch those.
Draw some cards.
Does no one to hold fast ask for a reshuffle?
Yes, it will. Yeah. It will. It's draw 5 cards, so it's going to reshuffle halfway through.
Okay. So here we go. Bring what you need. Pulls out these. Oh wow, what a selection! What could I take with me? Where is it?
It's right there.
It is. I keep remembering he's holding a beer bottle and a loaf of bread.
Oh, look, and there's another one.
Plague Rat dies my next turn.
Well, assuming he does not,
Yes, assuming he doesn't do a stupid, Plague Rat is dead on Scholar's next play phase.
Which means that we'll just leave Legacy, or not Legacy, Baron Blade to finish out the game. So, even with the our other 3 Intrepid heroes falling to the massive AoE that Plague Rat deals,
he could not stop the Scholar.
Nope. This would also serve as a good reminder. Whoever is coming up next should probably start getting set up.
We have about
this
maybe
run
3 turns, if that max.
Yeah.
Sideways.
I'd say we got about 5 minutes then, probably.
10 tops.
Yeah. 10 tops.
Because there's at this point, there's almost nothing in Plague Rat's deck that would be able to actually stop this.
Well, actually, here comes a fresh deck, so... But, again...
It's a neutralizer, the damage booster, so... We don't care about him.
Right. Besides, he's going down either way he bites it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And whenever the last villain dies, that will be time.
Alright, so... Is this... 1 shot would be get out of the way. That is 27. Nah, because that's...
Just drawing to keep movings.
I wish I drew into P&As again while Legacy was still alive.
Oh, Zhu Long. How nice of you to show up.
Yeah, thank you for coming, but you're doing...
Alright, so Scholar has 29 cards in hand, so with the draw 2, that will put you to 31, which would make your no end to turn loose a 30 damage. Actually, no. You're still only going to be at 29 cards, so that would only be because of the draw 2 first. So we need one more round. which Baron Blade will just kill himself on. Or actually, no, you can use a power to bring what you need and get 2 more cards in your hand, and then kill Plague Rat.
I have this all set in somewhat of a nice fashion.
Okay. let you do you.
Plague Rat, you have been such a thorn in the side.
And not only that, but the Flesh to Irons will stick around for 1 more round, which means that Baron Blade can't actually hit Scholar with his end of turn attack.
You and all of your idiots, get off my front lawn.
And the rat is down. We have like almost no time. We're almost done. So yep. Get ready.
I would suggest being set and ready to play the moment time is pretty much said.
Like as soon as Baron Blade's turn. Well, actually no. Baron Blade's not going to kill himself on his turn because he gained 2 from Citizen Hammer or Citizen Anvil. Because Anvil heals the lowest health for 2. But that's fine, because we will have a...
As long as I draw something that does 2 damage, he's dead.
Give Sacred a card.
No. Still stick with it. Stick with the selected hero.
Oh yeah, true. Because you can draw into 2.
I can use my power to get another 2, and as long as one of those does 2 damage, or more at the very least, he's done.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, hey, Grace Under Fire would actually eliminate him because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you got it.
See, this is why this game's so much fun. You can actually sit down and, on your own, think of these awesome and great plays, but at the same time, come together with a group of friends like this and think of great plays all together.
Alright, Oh no. All of Baron Blade's stuff is just coming in play.
More targets. Hey, that's better for Grace Under Fire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which, again, would be a very nice draw.
Unfortunately, right now, your last 2 cards in your deck are Flesh to Iron and Keep Moving. So, I'm going to give you a card with Legacy. That way you can at least keep...
Oh, yeah.
And then Tremata can just take the hit.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I can take it for nothing.
Yeah, that's fine. Tremata did her job. But I'm gonna give you a card just so that you can keep at least one of the Flesh to Irons in play. Also, this will let you draw 2 and reshuffle your deck. Or actually, use a power and you can get both of them in your hand.
Exactly. So we do this.
We are just about done. It will not be long.
Yeah, we just need to draw any source of damage.
As long as I draw a damage card within this next play, we're fine.
You can just pitch both of them, yeah.
So draw. Yes, we will shuffle. We have drawn out. Don't dismiss. Now I'm gonna hold fast. Strike 1.
Use a power.
Well,
oh, there it is. All right, we got there.
And time is in 3, 2, 1.
Time. All right. Oh, only 36 over estimate. That's fine.
36 minutes? Wow, I am so sorry, folks.
Well, there is that's actually one reason why I put the estimate at 130 when I submitted this, just because of something like this might happen.
That's true.
I was counting on the game dealing a bad hand. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I submitted the estimate for 130.
And we were facing 3 of the 5 hardest team villain mode villains in our group, so at the worst possible environment to play in for the heroes. So the fact that we managed to crawl back to victory after losing all 3 of our guys so quickly is saying something. But guys, that is Sentinels in the Multiverse. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, it is available on Steam, iOS, Android devices. You can also buy it at your local game store on good old Cardboard and Ink. Created by Greater Than Games, ported to Steam by Handelabra Games. You can just go to sentinelsdigital.com or sentinelsofthemultiverse.com to hear more or to find out more about it. But for the 3 of us, I am Technomagus.
I am Leno.
I am Sacred Hooves, and I'll see you guys hopefully in an hour 20.
Alright, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop.